Hello YouTube. Today we're going to do a review of a custom knife that was made by Robert Lyons, and it's a real nice knife, so stay tuned. Anyway, I got this knife from a friend of mine. He custom makes knives, and I wanted to do a review on one of his products because he makes some really nice stuff, and you know, test it out and show what they can really do. But anyway, here's a knife. See what it looks like. It's a The handle is made out of Zytan, which is also known as red sandalwood, and it's primarily indigenous to India, though it may be grown in other countries and whatnot. It's very hard wood. The Chinese were the ones that gave the name Zytan. They made furniture out of it, and the furniture is very rare and expensive, and there's examples of the furniture that are thousands of years old in collections and whatnot. That's how, you know, strong the wood is, because it's lasted that long. But it's very good wood. As you can see, it's a standard Bushcraft style knife. Good handle, fits good in the hand. Has the center tip point. It's good and sharp. It's got a nice semi-Scandi grind, except it's got a bevel on it. It's similar to like you see in the some of the other Bushcraft knives, like the SE and you know, some of the bush lore knives and whatnot. But anyway, we're going to give this thing a try. The beating. I'm going to split a bunch of wood and see how it handles with batoning. As far as carving, you know, it's very sharp, as you can see, and making fire sticks with this would be pretty simple, you know. Seems to hold a good edge, though I'd have to try it for a little while to confirm that, but based on what I'm seeing, it doesn't dull very quick. Anyway, we're going to bang on it and see what we can do here. As you can see, it goes through pretty cleanly. This is just pine, and so it's not very super hard, but it's a little wet, so when it's wet, it's a little more dense. As far as the edge, get a little bit of smudging and so forth, but let's check it. Still sharp, even though it's been hammered through that. Try another piece, see what it does. This one's a little bit hard, denser, a little more rounded, not so rotten. Splits right and good. Look at all the ants. Yeah, they love this stuff. Goes right on through. Keep splitting it. down nice. Let's get a little more there. A little bit wider. Broke that. Comes out easy. Okay, when you get to this, see how hard the wood is. Works good. Wood doesn't shatter on the handle when it's hit. That's a plus, because you know you can't always get to the tip. One of my biggest complaints with knives is that they break on the handles. The scales break if you have to hammer them, and this works pretty good. A little more splitting. Get the sheath out the way there. Okay, let's try this little beauty here. Nice and wide. A little bit of pressure on the handle there. It'd be a bit of a concern, but it's holding up. Steel is holding up really good with this knife. Yeah, the edge on this is phenomenal. It held up nicely. I don't have any deformation in the back end after batoning it. The only issue I can see is the handle of the scale. I probably wouldn't use this wood. Probably go something with a lot harder, more durable scale material, or something a little less expensive that would be easier or cheaper to replace. There's two methods to do this, and one is to take your knife and your fire steel, hold it there, and pull up. The reason this is popular for some people is because it forces. But in order for that to work, you need a really good, firmly attached handle on your fire steel. Because when you pull up, you put more force on that handle. And if it's loose, as you can see my handle in there, it's not all the way in there. Hammer that in there. And get it in there. Anyway. So you can see, putting off good sparks, but the tender's a little wet. because we've had a lot of rain. So you're not going to be as, it's not going to be as easy get going. So what I usually recommend in those types of situations is the fast scrape method, which is where you take your tender, you take the knife right there, and as you see, that's not even working too well with the. So what we need to do is get a little bit better tender, and we'll make an attempt with this. I'm going to show you guys two methods of getting a fire started with things that commonly hikers have, because they're having a little difficulty getting this started with just the tinder available, because it's moist. It's got a little wet because it's been raining here, and this could save your life someday. But one thing a lot of hikers carry with them is hand sanitizer and moist towelettes. Now, both of these contain alcohol, and as you know, alcohol is fuel. Now, you take a little bit out of this hand sanitizer, squirt it on here, and then take it and pump it up so it's spread through there real good. And you take your fire steel immediately afterwards while it's still got alcohol in it before it evaporates. And there you go. Instant fire. Always carry some hand sanitizer with you, and you've always got some fuel to get a fire going. But as you see, this sparks up nice. It's a good heavy duty knife. I like the steel. I'm not too fond of the handle. The handle shouldn't be this impressionable, because just tapping the fire steel back in my plastic handle put notches in it. You know, this from banging on it. I'm impressed. It's held up well. You know, I'm rough on stuff because I use it as a tool. It's got to work or I don't want it. Anyway, since this is a custom knife, I recommend it. But I recommend you look at a different scale material. I'm sure he has something that'll work that's a little harder. He can make anything you want, and you know, I think it's a good investment. This particular knife retails for about $200. We'll put the contact info in the description below, and you know, if you want one, if you want any, different knives that he makes, he's got quite a few. But if you tell him you want the Bushcraft knife, as you saw in the video by MB Knives, you know, I recommend this one. You know, this is what he had. If you want a softer steel, I'm sure he can make it. He can do just about anything. He's a full custom shop and can make you anything you want. Now, one other thing I want to go over is the sheath quality. Okay, sheath is very well made. I have to say that this is probably one of the better sheaths that I've seen custom knife maker put out. The sewing is good. The detail, thickness of the leather, it's just the right pliability. The knife fits in there well. You know, you'd have to really shake it to get it to come out, you know, if it was on your side. Yeah, I definitely recommend his stuff. You know, if I didn't think his stuff was good, I know a lot of people, and some of them you know, knife makers and so forth, and some of them make stuff I'm just not too kosher with. I think they got a lot of work behind them. They look pretty, but they ain't very usable. But anyway, yep, highly recommend Robert Lyons' knives. Give him a call if you can. I'll give you his number. His number is 985-768-9535. I can get straight to his cell phone. And he's in Slidell, Louisiana. And he makes good stuff. And like I said, we'll give this information also in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. Please also consider supporting us on Patreon so that we can continue to make more of these videos. And you can also join us on our Discord server. The links will be in the description below.